Okay, so my City Skylines YouTuber checklist. 1, Yorkshire tea. 2, click record. 3, do something cool with the new DLC. So 1, check. 2, check. Wait, did I? Come on, wait. No.
But I knew you were the one. I always knew it was you. Oh, I knew that you were the one. Yeah, you were the one for me, the only one that could ever make me feel this way.
All right, here we are in the city. As we saw in the cinematic, we're starting to have a little bit of a traffic issue over here, as well as it stacks up at times here. And I never intended for this to be the sole highway interchange that's serving this area. So what I want to do is create a quick little connection here. All right, so I am going to put in a quick little trumpet interchange here that will serve the farming industry, give it its own access on and off the highway. And this will clear up all of the traffic from that other diamond interchange. And we can see that this interchange is just working fabulously. All the vehicles, as fast as they're going, stay right in their lanes. Nothing to worry about here, folks. All right, before we start on this, getting our train station here and creating a little transit hub, there's one thing that I've kind of put off because I've just run out of time with the other things I was doing, and that's this little area here. This is going to be a little spot for Joy. So Joy Builds Cities, if you're not watching her channel, and there's a very good chance that you are, anyway, she started commenting on, actually since my very first video, along with Shane. And since I've been watching her channel, I have become more detail focused in the way I played the game. For a long time, you know, I just played the game. I enjoyed managing the traffic and the other issues and just making the city work, making it functional. The details weren't there, and it's probably the way a lot of us have. And so this little area here, I'm gonna zone this little peninsula, and it is going to be Joy's inspiration point. And I made a little asset that's not on the workshop. This is the Joy's inspiration, and so I just made up a little story with it. So this will be a great little place for Joy to sit and watch over the city and watch over our progress, and just to remind us that the details are important. So there we have Joy's little spot. She's sitting there looking at the windmills. There we go. We can look out across that way, out our window. What a beautiful view. The water and this area that's gonna probably get built up eventually. All right, so let's get Joy's road in here. Joy's inspiration point with the inspiration there at the end. Don't forget the details, guys. Okay, now on to the next part of our build. All right, so plazas and promenades was announced after I had first laid this out, and so I decided to take that whole area out. We're going to make this a pedestrian plaza and promenade zone. So deleted all the old stuff, that little bit of residential that was in there that I was planning to expand on, but plans change. So we're going to lay out some pedestrian roads here, get that train station right in the middle there, and we're going to create a little plaza area, so it will be an extension of the town square up through that little park behind and all the way up to the train station. The pedestrian road in front of the train station, I've switched out to a road with tram tracks. So we'll have our tram line that running around. It will cut through the middle of our pedestrian area, but that's okay. We want to get those people from one mode of transport to the other. It's funny with this road coming in here, even though this park gate is on this road, if I play with the nodes just a little bit and bring that out, now all of a sudden this is crying that it doesn't have road access. It can't be reached, which to me seems a little unusual in that it's on a road. There just happens to be a pedestrian road that intersects here, so. Oh, I guess that's not doing what I want it to do. All right, so. Gotta angle these in. What was that number? I think 11 is my target. There we go. We'll angle this in and make it also 11.0. There we go. And with those angled in, this doesn't cry out for road access anymore, so. It's interesting in that this node is taken over by the pedestrian road and not the actual road that it is. So I got our tram depot in over here. We have that turned off for the moment. What I want to do is have a couple of tram lines, one that will come through and kind of loop through here. We'll have another tram line that will go out over here. And while we get all of this sorted, I think for our little bus depot as well, the little small one will fit perfectly right in here. I think that's a good space for it. Our buses can get in and out. Coming up the side street here, it's centrally located. While we're here, so I usually keep those district names off. This is going to be Seine Central Station, because the train station was his idea, as well as putting in a smaller bus station, and then this was announced. All right, we have our service point right here for the pedestrian zone, and we're just going to give that a little bit of detail. There we go. Now let's see what little parks I can put in here. I've made some new ones. Again, all of my parks are up on the workshop, so let me see. That's the bicycle plaza. I made some of the new simple parks in a plazas and promenades theme, so here they are. Went right past them. Perhaps we should go with the sandstone, since that's what we have in here. Here we go, the little simple parks with the sandstone. I think they look great. It's a combination of plazas and promenades and some mid-century modern assets. And then right behind it, the little bicycle plaza I made, as well as a small food truck plaza. And let's get the train station detailed out. These plazas I made I really like. I call them a fountain plaza. I have two types. I have one that will attract tourists and so forth. This second one I call it Fountain Plaza Move It. It has 0 requirements. It won't have anyone visiting it. It doesn't require any maintenance. So you can use Move It and put it wherever you want. And then I just frame those out with some of the other new plazas. And I think it's looking fantastic. I also have some lights on those fountains to give them a great look at night. And I'm thinking I may need to revisit those and add some different tiles from the new plazas and promenades underneath of those fountains. Now let's say goodbye to Tree with Leaves number 2. Look who I found up at Rendezvous Point. She is back. And is the guy gonna show up? Who's this in the truck? Well, that's not him. Not in that goofy outfit. She's looking too professional. Hanging out with that guy. But I guess it would be a good disguise. How long is she gonna wait? Is he gonna show up? Did she already take care of him? Really? This guy came up on a... Oh, it's a woman. She rode a motorcycle up here? Seriously? Why is my dog barking? The mystery... The mystery remains. The mystery remains. Why does she keep coming back? Now we're going to get some wall-to-wall zoned in our new pedestrian area. Down over in this area, I created a district that the game named Valley Park, so we'll leave that for Valley Lad Gaming. And this is going to be all mid-century modern housing. And we're going to start with putting in the railroad bridge. Who doesn't like a good railroad truss bridge? And we're going to get that train station connected up with the rail line following this gravel road that I had laid out previously. Isn't it beautiful? I actually come back later and pull that hillside back from underneath of it a bit. Now time to put in our public transit routes. Of course, the purple roads are the tram lines. A couple of loops just going around through the neighborhoods and up to the train station. I ran the tram out to the neighborhood next to the farming community and then put another one of the little bus stations in there. So we will have tram that runs out there to its own little hub, but not all the way through the community will that tram run. And then we'll use buses to service the farming industry area and the rest of that neighborhood from that tram line. All right, so we have our train station in, our bus depot, our tram depot. I have some tram lines in and bus lines in, connecting our two areas here and to help get people back and forth across the city. Let's see how those work out. But first, since we are in one and done, let's change all of these bus lines. They're gonna be all mini buses, and I haven't run the game at all, so none of these buses have come out. So we're gonna see quite the little conga line of mini buses, I think, and I have no idea how many it's gonna take to move these people around. But I want to unpause this game all at the same time, so things grow and all of this launches and things start working. It's been paused the entire time. All right, so aside from that, I have these a couple of tram assets that I downloaded from the workshop, and right now I'm going to use these Hong Kong trams. It's just a single car. It's a double decker. We'll get a better look at it here in a minute when they all start coming out. And we'll use those for now. There are a couple of other single car trams that I downloaded, but we'll see how this goes and see how they keep up. All right, so let's get out of that view and we'll get down here. I got the train line all hooked up, ready to go. All right, so let's get down here and take a look and see what happens now as I unpause the game. All right, so here are all of our trams coming out of the station. These little, I'll pause it a second, we'll come out of that view. These little double-decker trams hold 115 people. So they actually hold more than the vanilla trams. But just the fact that they are only one car, they fit right into the one and done city. I love it. We got lots more coming out, and I haven't changed a lot of these intersections. So let me grab traffic manager and we'll just get rid of these traffic lights. I want to give these trams priority. Oh, these mid-century modern houses, I'm not so sure. They all blend right together. Is it a good look? Is it not a good look? There's two different style houses. The ones that are brick and these other ones that are painted. And doesn't look like there's a ton of variety of colors in the painted ones. Nevertheless, it gives a new and interesting look. I had put all of these down already. A block of the bricks, a block of the other style, the painted, block of the bricks again, and these I think are just going to grow in, however they decide to grow in. One of the things I've been working on since the last video is some Frank's Fish Sticks assets. So I was kind of surprised when I went to the workshop and I searched for Frank's Fish Sticks. There was absolutely nothing, and as popular as that is for a business in this game, there's absolutely nothing on the workshop. I'm sorry, let me go back to find it. And so I made this little original Frank's Fish Sticks restaurant. Fans of Frank's Fish Sticks flock here like seagulls to see the original. And so I gave it a pretty good entertainment value of 1,000. Oops. Bring that up again. 500 people can come here. And so I've made this asset. I've been working on a couple of others to go with it. I just used things that are already in the game. Technically, it's a park. This is the little fish stick shack, which is actually a shed from European suburbia. And then I used some of the new mid-century modern tables and umbrellas, as well as the fences, ground decals. I have some other assets I also made. Oh, I also have, this is probably what I should have put in here, Frank's Gourmet Fish Sticks. Ah, yes, here it is. Much nicer looking, fits in much better here in plazas and promenades with these other assets. Like these glass fences are mid-century modern props. And I think they fit in beautifully with plazas and promenades. So there's a number of things you can do to mix and match these assets together, in my opinion. So Frank's Gourmet Fish Sticks has the more upscale look thanks to mid-century modern along with plazas and promenades. Okay, we're going to expand this pedestrian area some more, but first we need to give them some services. So here's a high-capacity elementary school for them, and I'll put a couple of my small playgrounds right behind it. We'll also add some bicycle parking so the kids have a place to park their bikes, those that ride to school, and a couple of other plazas just to round out that little area. Bus line 2 here is quite popular. We have a stop with 160 people and a stop with 144. So we're going to max that out with 19 buses. See if that can keep up. Oh, I worried about what our usage was going to be like. My mid-century modern, maybe we can get this in if it fits in these little blocks I made. Yes, it fits here quite nicely. I think that cinema looks good right there. And the low density commercial that's right next to it there is zoned leisure. And this area next to the new university I thought looked like a great place for the Theater of Wonders with its modern look. I did a lot of off-camera work with the mid-century modern low-density residential area I did. One of the things I did was played around with the carports a little bit. Here, I put the carports actually behind the houses since I had these larger blocks, and I just used a pavement path down the middle for a driveway and then detailed it out just a little bit. All right, next to the high school that's serving this mid-century modern area, I added in the gymnasium, and now we're just going to create some paths to connect to the tram stop and just detail around this a little bit. And this main road coming up through here eventually is going to continue all the way up to that 4-lane highway that I have on the other side. So for now, I'm just putting some trees to line it. I don't want to zone this with any type of buildings at all. I may come back and turn some of this into park area along here. I am going to give this police station and fire station their own road and a little bit of parking. Create this little service area along with a pharmacy across the street and a bookstore to serve as a library. Also used this new diner asset from Mid-Century Modern near that motel. Also from Mid-Century Modern, and a little skate park right behind it. Okay, let's take a look at what we got done today. I skipped over quite a bit of this mid-century modern area as I was focusing so much more on the plazas and promenades pedestrian area part of the city. But here's a little look at that. I also added to some of the plazas and promenade pedestrian area since I did the build and recorded all the footage initially. So stick around for that. Thanks for tuning in. If you liked it, make sure you hit that thumbs up, the subscribe button, all that typical YouTuber stuff that people say at the end. Thanks, and I will see you the next time.